Hi everyone, Carter Krishnar here for the Florida Squeeze. We're taping this Monday night on October 21st. It has been a very bad day for Florida Democrats. We started the day, today is the day that we started early voting, in-person early voting in the state of Florida. Obviously had a video out last night talking about, over the weekend, talking about how well the Democrats were doing in vote by mail and that they were still in the game. It took a matter of about 10 hours of the polls being open in 58 of the 67 counties in early voting for that lead to be overturned, which is much quicker than it happened in 2022, by the way. A cycle where the Democrats absolutely got their clocks cleaned in this state. So the Democrats are in very bad shape after Monday. Now, they also received a poll this morning, a UNF poll, which puts Donald Trump 10 points ahead, double digits ahead of Kamala Harris in the state of Florida. Now, that was the presidential race. Now, in the U.S. Senate race, it has Debbie Mukersel-Powell, the Democratic nominee, within the margin of error in that poll. 49-46 was the number. The Senate race is tighter than the presidential race in Florida. But what I had talked about in the video the other day was that I thought Trump may, based on the Democrats' success in vote by mail, Trump may only win the state by 4 or 5 points, which would effectively put the Senate race potentially into the margins, a dead heat or maybe just a slight Scott lead. But coupled with what we've seen today, and I really don't want to pay attention to polls anymore. I know it's like sports geeks, right, that look at stats and trends and stuff like that. I look at historical trends, which is based on actual election data. And we have actual election data now in Florida after a couple of weeks of vote by mail and now a day of the vast majority of counties and all the large urban counties in the state having their polls open for in-person early voting. The Democrats got beat by 100,000 votes, or about 100,000 votes statewide today. There's some numbers still trickling in as I record this, but very bad day. That's difficult to overcome. We've seen Democratic leads that they built in VBM in counties that I've talked about earlier in videos being the key counties in the state: Flagler, St. John's, Sarasota, Pasco. We've seen the Democratic leads disappear in those counties, and now you see the Republicans beginning a trend where maybe they start to run up the score in some of those places, as they have in the last few cycles. So if the Democrats don't have a big weekend, this weekend of early voting, and the patterns become more normal during the course of the rest of this week, and then they have a big weekend, which they could have, right? I think we're looking at really focusing on Florida just because of the ballot initiatives and particularly Amendment 4, which is the abortion amendment. But very, very discouraging day from Florida. I don't want people to jump off the ledge and panic necessarily yet, but it's a couple more days like this, and it is time to kind of throw in the towel in terms of the statewide races in the state. Now, there's still lots of local races that the Democrats and Republicans are competing over, a lot of down ballot races. The Florida Squeeze, we partnered with Voting Trend to commission a poll in the 13th congressional district in Florida. And that poll is very positive for the Democrats. Whitney Fox, the Democratic nominee, in a dead heat with Anna Paulina Luna, who is the incumbent Republican, kind of a crazy Republican. Quite frankly, I think as crazy as Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Taylor. I think more crazy than Marjorie Taylor Greene, as crazy as Lauren Boebert. And so that's a dead heat, and that has Harris ahead in the district. The poll we did, which we commissioned, and the pollster we chose, Matt Floral and St. Pete Polls, are the best pollster in the state, in my opinion. Harris is ahead in that district. That is a district Joe Biden lost in 2020. Not by much, but it is a district he lost on its current lines. Obviously, he carried the old 13th congressional district, which included the city of St. Petersburg in 2020, but that was cut out of the district to make it a more Republican district. So that's good news. That poll is very good news for Democrats. But what we saw in terms of voting trends today, very bad news. Early voting, vote by mail, you don't want to get caught up on every little thing that happens. I know there are people who are checking numbers every hour, which I've been doing from Georgia and North Carolina. I'll admit I have not been doing it from Florida. Checked at the end of the day today, but it may be it's unhealthy because we're going up and down with every swing. But coming off of two major hurricanes in the state of Florida, I was used to looking at models and satellite and radar every 15 minutes. So kind of in that mode already. But yeah, not a very encouraging day for the Democrats in Florida.